Tony, as you navigate these last few practices and the last game, what's the overall message to the team?
Finish. You know, we all signed up for 17 games in an 18-week schedule. We've had a good, really a good month in my opinion, regardless of record. Just seeing the improvement, things that we talked about, and now just great opportunity against a divisional foe that we know very well that we saw in week one to finish.
It was Isaiah who said, regardless of the situation, try to be playing your best football in December. And technically, that's what you guys are probably doing. What does that say? Something that you could take forward?
Yeah, really appreciate it. Really go back to last year. It was kind of the same message. You want to see your team, the arrow pointing up and getting there regardless of injuries and who's playing. And I think really for us, so many young guys playing, just counts to keep seeing the growth. Like, Harper last week and watching him play. And again, we talked about a lot of our young offensive players and some D linemen, just watching the constant growth and just everything we talked about, a complete game from all three phases last week, and want to continue that on back-to-back weeks.
Felt like a lifetime ago you probably played the Chargers the first time. When you watch film from the first game and obviously throughout the season, what's the biggest thing you've noticed and changed from this Chargers team you're about to face?
Nothing. They're physical. I think the quarterback is playing really, really well, taking care of the football. Number 15, their rookie, McConkley, is doing a hell of a job. But, it's the same identity when we was ready for him in week one. Physical, downhill, big backs, take care of the football, playing really, really well on defense. Obviously, some good numbers there, what they're doing with the points from a defensive standpoint. But obviously, a well-coached team, well-prepared. We'll have our hands full.
Antonio, just as the season concludes, who are some of the players, whether it's improvement and growth or respond to adversity, that just, when you think about this season, they'll stick out to you kind of the most?
Yeah, Aidan O'Connell, quarterback, just for what he went through. Isaiah Palomar would be one. Big Mike, because we lost him for a couple weeks, and I think he bounced back, had a great reception, some good blocks in the game. And then be honest, I got to give credit to some guys that just been consistent each and every game. Robert Spillane. From day one, week one, he's been a really, really good player for us. Trayvon Merritt, another player that stands out that's just been consistent from day one. So those are the ones just the top of my head.
You feel like, playing him closer to the line of scrimmage a lot this season, you guys unlocked something with Trayvon throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, but he's not really bad in the post. Obviously he has some interceptions there, but just, you see the ability to blitz, the matchups on the back, on the tight end, physical player. I think everything that everybody saw in college now over this 4-year span, you saw in this year combined, just a total effort of what he put together, and it's been really impressive to watch.
Antonio, everyone's talked about your players, but what about yourself this season? What have you learned? I know you have one game left, but what have you learned about yourself?
Patience, stay with my gut. Those two things.
Maybe you guys had a pretty good game rushing the ball or running the ball last week. What exactly did that do for the offense to get the running game going?
It was huge. We've been talking about it all year. Go back to training camp, OTAs, it doesn't matter. Week one, winning the line of scrimmage, playing physical, straining, finish. I thought our O-line did a great job on some double teams, moving the line of scrimmage. Really good by our backs as well. Amir did a hell of a job being patient, cut back, running through tackles and arm tackles. I thought it was on full display. It was really good to see. Need to continue one more week.
Mentioned Thomas Harper a minute ago. What have you seen in his growth this year with you guys?
Came in, really claimed him from the Chargers. Saw a guy that was going to help us on special teams, and I think to his credit, just kind of found his niche. Really started on the look team, on the scout team versus offense. You saw him kind of flash and pop out. Thought he made some plays on the ball, and then obviously last week I think it came into fruition. Physical player, smart, tough, plays special teams for us, and if you've been kind of watching his defensively, we put like a little bit more 3 safeties out there, and he's found his role and his niche there.
AP, you guys obviously work hard. A lot of teams work hard, put the work in, but how much does luck play a factor in things in terms of your experience? What do you think? How much does luck play a part in terms of success? You put the work in, you work hard. How much does luck play a part in things?
You always want luck. You always want the ball to bounce your way. We just wasn't lucky enough this year.
That's good.
Cool. All right, Happy New Year's, guys.
Is there any frustration level or what ifs when you guys have this kind of success late in the season, knowing maybe this could have happened earlier?
For sure. Obviously, unfortunately, we continue to talk about that skid for 10, 11 weeks, whatever it was, is not ideal. So I think it's frustrating, but at the same time, you try to enjoy the wins while you have them, and you realize, as I continue to say, how hard it is to win, and just try to move on from after the win, celebrate, and then get to the next game and do it again.
first 2-game winning streak that you guys have had, but it's also the first time you've gone 2 straight games without turning the ball over. And I know that's a message that gets sent every football team at every level, but is it kind of a reiteration of what the importance really is in terms of holding on to the ball?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously tangible evidence showing how important it is. And yeah, I think it's not unique to our team. It's really every team. And I think there probably isn't a coach out there at any level that's not preaching about the turnover margin and protecting the football. So definitely trying to do that.
This is the first week that you guys have really had a strong rushing attack all throughout the game. How does that change what you're able to do with the offense and maybe even change out of it the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I think the guys up front just did an awesome job all day, really. I think it was 1 sack, and it was really my fault. And so, yeah, our offensive line, I've been, just impressed with them over the last few weeks, and they've been playing really hard. And obviously, we've had a couple different groups out there this year, but really anyone that's been in there has played hard and execute highly. And this game was awesome. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it makes my life easier, makes a lot of people's lives easier when we can run the ball. And yeah, it was awesome to see that.
And, do you feel you're feeling and playing more confident than ever before so far in your professional career?
Yeah, I think obviously it's the end of my second year now, and so I haven't been around for too long. But definitely any reps you can get, I talk about a lot. Being able to even bank reps throughout the week, I think are super valuable. And then any game experience I can get is super valuable. So trying to take advantage of every rep, every situation, and learn from them. Success, failure, put them in the bank, and just try to grow.
Talk about finishing strong. What does that mean to you in the last week, not just for the game, but the days leading up to that game?
Yeah, I think just obviously taking each day seriously, but also enjoying it. And no matter what happens, this will be the last time that this group plays together. And so trying to enjoy it, but also trying to make sure we go out with a win.
What does it mean to the team to see Amir have success?
Yeah, I think Amir, as I've talked about, has been an awesome guy for just our locker room. Obviously, a guy who's, one of our more veteran players, but to have his first 100-yard game in his whole career just is testament to him. And, I think he would probably say he's playing some of his best ball that he's playing. And, again, it's a testament to how hard he works, how much he commits to the game, commits to learning the playbook, and then obviously taking care of his body. So it's been fun to watch Amir grow, and for me to kind of grow with my relationship with him.
There's about 7 guys on offense that are first or second year players, and Dylan's a third-year player. People forget how young this team is. The fact that you guys have kind of gone through what you've gone through, but have gone through it together at this stage of your career, is there something to be said about that in terms of the experience, the collective experience?
Yeah, I definitely think when you go through certain situations with guys, I think it grows your relationship, it grows your ability to mature in the game. And I think, talking to older guys that have been in the league for similar times and guys that have been here in this organization, the few guys that have been here for a while now, just hearing them talk about going through those things together and how it's grown them and shaped their experiences, I think is huge. And yeah, we're definitely doing that now, and obviously wishing we had more wins to count for this year. But I think the experiences, you can grow either way.
And, down in Tampa, Mike Evans will joke around. He's not concerned about having another 1,000-yard season, but Baker Mayfield is. He's more worried about it than Mike is. Jacoby, he's in play to have his first 1,000-yard season. I imagine it's not something he cares about, but is this something you care about at all heading into the final game of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. I think really any person like Jacoby on our team that's been working hard all year, and obviously Jacoby, I think more than anything wants to win, but I think he deserves the recognition that he's getting, and he's played unbelievable football this year, and really anything that comes to Jacoby, I think he deserves. And so I think it would be awesome to get him to that landmark. And but again, I think it's definitely, if you'd ask Jacoby, he cares about winning, and he's fiercely competitive. So really anything to get better and help the team, I think he's good for.
Kind of on the same vein, how did it feel to be the guy throwing the ball to Brock in the game where he set so many records in the league?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, obviously. And again, I've said a lot, he makes it easy on me, and he's open a lot, and he does a great job of getting yards after catch. So a lot of times I don't throw it very far to him, and he goes a long way with it. And so he's made my job a lot easier, and it's been definitely fun to see that. And it's we got to congratulate him after the game, and is a cool moment. So it's fun to definitely be there for a historic season.
So who's the more quiet guy, you or Brock?
Oh, definitely Brock. Yeah, definitely Brock. I didn't even know that were people saying that I'm. Okay, good.
So Aidan, to that point, coming out of the tunnel in the Saints game, that was probably the most vocal I've heard you, at any really point. How has your confidence helped you become more vocal, and have you noticed any change from your teammates and how vocal you've been?
Yeah, I think more than anything, I think growing in my relationship with my teammates has been the biggest thing. And I think, when you don't know people, I think it's harder to kind of speak in front of them and be yourself. And so I know now in my second year again to actually grow friendships with these guys off the field and get to know them more. I definitely think it gives me more confidence and more comfortability to be able to talk to them and to address the unit, the team, whatever it might be. But that's really a testament to my teammates and them placing confidence in me with their actions, but a lot of times with their words too. So I've been really lucky in that way.
All right, guys, got all set? Thanks.
Thank you, guys.